35 years ago, Berwick beat Rangers in one of the biggest shocks in Scottish football history. 1967 remembered, but will it be revisited as Rangers return to Sheffield Park? Well, it could be one of Willie McCulloch's busier nights. He has been all the way in this competition, having been on Airdrie's bench in the 1995 final, which they lost to Celtic. Mark Anthony was a highly rated youngster at Celtic, but he never made it, and he didn't make it tonight after being stretchered off at Stenhousemuir on Saturday, but he passed a late test on his calf this morning. The absence of Ferguson and Luman means that former skipper Lorenzo Amoruso wears the captain's armband, and the big Italian has been excellent this season. Claudio Canigia has been there, seen it, done it. Well, almost. Sheffield Park Berwick will be a new experience for a man who once scored a goal that knocked Brazil out of the World Cup. Dougie MacDonald is the man in charge of this Tennent's Scottish Cup third round tie, which was due to have taken place a week ago Saturday. The pitch very frozen then, but the pitch in perfect condition tonight. And it's going to be Berwick to get us off and running. Every one of the Berwick team of 67 etched their name in the history of the game. Will it be the same for the boys of 2002? Nobody expected it to happen again, but then nobody expected it to happen then. After all, Rangers went on to reach the European Cup Winners' Cup final that year, only losing after extra time to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, you mentioned the pitch there, and that's the first thing that Alex McLeish asked about when he arrived at the ground tonight. He wanted a look at the pitch, and we couldn't ask for a better surface than that provided by the Berwick ground staff tonight, and it's very, very wide as well, which will suit Rangers.
Throwing a run in the side. Paul Smith is the manager of Berwick and has been since 1997. He actually runs an off licence in Edinburgh. Talking of decent records in the Scottish Cup, Alex McLeish won it 5 times as a player with Aberdeen, and last year took Hibs to the final.
Well, the risk they have there, though, if they do push up and leave too much space in behind, they're going to be exposed to the pace of this man, Michael Moles.
Moles for Canigia. Muri keeping a close check on him. Stephen Hughes, and it's well smothered by Willie McCulloch.
That's the kind of catch you would want to have reasonably early in the match. Hasn't had too much to do. The first time he really had to get down and make a decent stop there. Held it in well.
Box, but too much on it. Saturday, Paul Smith felt then that there was no way Anthony could play tonight, but he did pass a test which took place in Paul's off licence, I believe, earlier. Alex McLeish a long way behind Celtic in the league, of course. He will come up against Martin O'Neill in the semi-finals of the League Cup. Alex McLeish never really on the end of too many shocks as a player in his Aberdeen days, or as a manager really, although his Hibs side did lose to Stirling once in this competition. Cross came Farrell though, who is popping up everywhere. Hughes. Neil Bennett hassling him, and Flo fouled by Muri. McCann whips it in to Andre Flo's header, and it's a good take from McCulloch.
That's a good chance as well, Louis. First time he's had any real space in front of goal, and he's in the kind of area where he should be scoring. Fortunately there for Willie McCulloch, it comes straight at him. Had he found either corner, wouldn't have been much he could have done about that.
Bennett's throw. Smith trying to flick it on. There was a handball shout there. Here's Anthony, but his effort is blocked by Wilson, and Flo has taken it off the toes of Muri, but then Muri won it back. And it's going to whistle away, but Berwick having a moment or two.
Yeah, it's encouraging for Paul Smith to see so many amber and black jerseys forward. You look at the numbers they have forward, and it comes at the end of what has been their best spell in the match so far, Berwick. Previous to that, playing for handball as the ball came in. I certainly think it hits Maurice Ross's left arm, but it's unintentional.
Ross with the throw. Flo found Hughes, but it was always skipping wide.
I think once you get into those areas, you're as well having a go. Certainly get plenty of power behind it, young Hughes. Never going to threaten Willie McCulloch.
Rangers only beaten 3 times this season, twice by Celtic, once by Fenerbahce. Berwick though giving it a go now, Darren Smith, and that was an obstruction on the edge of the area as Feroz was held.
Yeah, had he not been blocked here he might have been in behind. Good little angled ball in behind here from, and just body checked on the edge of the box here. And a real chance here now for Berwick to test Stefan Klos.
Well, the goal in 1967 was scored in the 35th minute. So, is history going to repeat itself? Neil. Looks like he might fancy it. Anthony is also there. Darren Smith another option. And it's going to be taken by Anthony. And scooped back by Feroz, but nothing doing.
Yeah, just fell behind him, that's why he couldn't really get any power or direction on it. Just breaks behind him. Can't really get anything on it. But they really have grown in confidence as this game has worn on.
Before that happens. So Rangers make a change then, and Andrei Kanchelskis comes in from the cold, his first appearance since September, and he has replaced Claudio Canigia. Berwick have a free kick right at the start of the second half. Here's Russell Latifi. Now Tony Vidmar. All Moles, he's got away from Wood, and he's given it back to Vidmar, and McCulloch stops it.
Oh, what an important block that was. Berwick sliced open. Terrific supporting run there by Vidmar. Goalkeeper stayed up long enough. Vital save.
Berwick a dominant force in this game. Have yet to score. Neil McCann, handball by Farrell.
Just switched off at the corner there, Berwick. Rangers had 2 against 1. The arm is outstretched here.
Neil McCann standing over the free kick then. Can McCulloch and co deal with this? McCann actually went for goal himself, but it was straight into the midriff of McCulloch.
Yeah, I think from that angle he has to find the corner. And Willie McCulloch hardly even had to adjust his feet here.
Vidmar. McCann into the path of Hughes. Kanchelskis takes over. McCulloch had that covered as it whistled wide.
Yeah, it's a good little crossover between Kanchelskis and young Stephen Hughes, and the one thing we know about Kanchelskis, he is handy enough on his left side to score from here. Really drilled that into the ground as much as anything else.
He was in his prime at Manchester United, of course, but hasn't really been the same since. It's really from him, and on comes Shota Arveladze, the Georgian international. Can he make the difference at Sheffield Park tonight?
Well, he's a different type. Torian Deflo always happier dropping off and taking the ball into feet, and he's played really in front of the two central defenders all night. Arveladze a different type, more inclined to go in behind, and
he'll be rather happy. Jamie Curl, the Berwick chairman, chatted to him before the game, asking him what he thought of his team's chances. He said absolutely no chance, but it's asking him what he thought of his team's chances. He said absolutely no chance, but it's still goalless. Still Rangers plug away. Here's Ross. Michael Mols, he just couldn't connect and it trickled wide.
I did well to turn here. Alan Neil's hands are up here around his waist. The ball's played in. Mols decides to play on, can't quite get the shot away. Let's look at the hands of Alan Neil here, round the waist. Good ball threaded through by Maurice Ross, and there's been all too little of that from Rangers tonight.
Michael Mols making his first start in the Scottish Cup tonight. Only one. Well, however you're watching the game, it's been one not to miss for those from Berwick. I don't think in truth the Berwick players were expecting to need to have more time off from work next week. But all credit to them if they can take Rangers to a replay. Arveladze, though, if anyone can make a difference, he can. He's got it back from Michael Mols. The shot deflected for a corner.
I think Willie McCulloch was getting across anyway. Might have gone anywhere.
It's Russell Latapy's corner. Here it comes. And it's going to be Michael Mols to make way, I believe. A Dutchman for a Dutchman. De Boer making only his second appearance in the Scottish Cup. Can he help turn this tie in Rangers' favour? Through their replay tonight, so they will be waiting for the winners in round 4. Vidmar. Vidmar did manage to smuggle it across. Oh, and it's by McCann, but collected by McCulloch.
Yeah, no real power there from Neil McCann on his right side. Gotta see Willie McCulloch, his handling tonight has been first class. Nothing's come back off him. I need to take it, that's for sure. I know they're almost there.
Paul Smith and his team may well be heading for Ibrox next Monday. David McDonald has looked at his watch. It's all over. Not quite 1967 revisited, but this is a real Scottish Cup surprise anyway. Berwick Rangers, known as the Wee Rangers, have taken the mighty Rangers of Glasgow to a replay after a goalless draw. And although Rangers had so much of the possession, you cannot deny the part-timers of Berwick another crack against them in a replay. And the Scottish Cup throws up yet another story. 35 years after Berwick beat Rangers in this illustrious competition, the boys of 2002 have got a replay, Davey.
Astonishing stuff. We didn't talk about the importance of them getting through the first 15-20 minutes, but I think remarkable how comfortable they were throughout the whole 90. Rangers just found it so hard to open them up.
They will have to do it all over again next Monday to decide who is home to Hibs in round 4. A club that has left off the memory of 1967, has something else to shout about now. There are fireworks going off all around us, and jubilant scenes in the dressing room, because the boys of Berwick rose to the challenge tonight, rose to the occasion, and you can see what it means to them. I don't think they'll be too bothered about having to sort out a day off work next week again, or half a day maybe, because they will relish a trip to Ibrox.